the yellow machine of James Atkinson. But look on there, as I think that's Ian Bryan, who has made up a couple of positions on this start. So a tricky circuit for him, but he's certainly enjoying a couple of positions. We thought about a move up the inside of the Bergen & Foe Midget, but couldn't quite find one. Midget on the change to 44.1. Then it will also go down. Of the number. Watch out for the 33 then of Elwell. That green flag on Sprite. He's currently got the number 52 there behind Jonathan Taylor. The Mark Turner. And also then from Colin Philpott in second place as they'll now climb the mountain on their way. Then a this is all number 12 on the side. So it's Jack Robinson that you know leading there. But apologies, yes, I think that's Simon Lewis who's now up into second place. So the as well. They've got it's up to try and make sure everything is back out onto the circuit. But I don't see the yellow flag proceeding. Michael sticking out of the back. As they'll now make their way through the whole bend. Oh, spin a Michael was around. Rejoice facing towards the inside wall, but does get going. Yeah, that was 5 years down. With the European that was back start. It was, yeah, the number 17 was by the 58 Michael Axton, the 60 Lerner 631 from Ferguson, and the 18 of Damien Fabulous. 9th from Gates, making a position up there. At the back of the field, green flag is waved at the back, the 5-second board goes out. Red lights go on, they go out, we go racing, but we've got a door on the side, it's the number 3. That looks like it's Stuart Robb in the black plus 8 that does lead the way. Got it all through. 23 dark. Just see now number 2 on over side by side overall. Looking for another one. Going through Chris Corner. Just over the pair are literally touching on that battle. I've been talking about the 4th place overall between Camden and Clark. There's a sizable gap between them now, as a bit of lappering on that last lap. I think just didn't slightly favour the 8 for a period of time, but now that dynamic has changed. The 83 car has fallen into the clutches of the Ford Zetec engines, John Milbank, in that Morgan 4.4. So in the dying stages of the race, the challenge has now changed. Instead of 4th being challenged, is now 5th, being defended by Clark. Keith Arles looks like starts the final lap, but it was only a couple of laps ago that Stuart Robb set the fastest lap of the race. It wasn't the last time around. So yeah, incredible. So we'll keep an eye, see what happens. But Keith Arles at this stage looking very comfortable. On what is 30 seconds left on the clock. Keith Arles his way towards the bottom of the mountain shortly, I'm sure, but now going to climb the mountain here. Stuart Robb is making his way, I think, now in towards the summit, or sorry, the bottom. Yes, he goes in there, he climbs. Keith Arles then makes his way through the whole bend with only a handful of seconds left. Fire the checkered flag is at the ready. The only thing missing is to crown a winner of the first Morgan Challenge races. And it will be Keith Arles who makes his way around the barn to take the checkered flag, and the first victory there for Keith Arles of the day. 29 is your winner. Back towards you, Garrett. They are indeed, and as Jaguar makes his way through, up and climbing the mountain, and still in the lead of this race then, and the flat race. Huge shame, because I think Cadwell was really in the groove of that one. Really was putting on a great show up the top in these very early stages. And what it has done though is it's handed that looks like Bailey Mountain the lead there. Number 6 last 6 as they now make their way through that end of the circuit then. So yeah, unfortunate for the MG Midget up at the top there. That's a striking forward delivery from those cars. You don't miss it out there, that's for sure. It built up a 3.6 second lead. Who is at the top of it at the moment. At 26, so Mark Campbell giving him all. They make their way towards the whole bend now. Campbell is the fastest driver out on track at the moment. 146.5. That's nearly 2 seconds quicker. Up ahead of him. So number 26 is on a charge in the triumph then. They'll be making their way now through towards Barney at the moment now. We'll see who emerges out in the lead as they make their way onwards now. Going through in towards the first corner. Nothing untoward. He'll get away with that one, but they'll make their way through. If he can find a way past Bailey Mountain, but no way through, he has to stay behind. Bailey still leads the way then ahead of Mark Campbell. That battle for 4th place at the moment as well. Claridge and Cloutman. 117 and the number 20 making their way now towards here. Front of that one is the number 240, so that's been holding and dancing that 2-1 red. Once again, Bailey Mountain is just out top 2. But the one make their way out to the bottom of doing the start to straight there. Brilliant, I've really enjoyed watching. Rest of the race. Lawrence Claridge leads the pit lane and rejoins onto the circuit. And I'm sure they with the club a long time now. They format Motorsport Cortina in 2024. They used to race very, very different machinery. They previously were at a Porsche 911 Carroll to the pit lane and get back up to speed. 0.1 seconds, so very, very well experienced from Mark Carroll. So the field now a little position around the ground, there's still potential backward before that takes back up. 2 and now Clarence at 50.7, and I think it'd be a bit of more 3. Then from the youngster of Connor Kay, but he's right back on the case then. Simpson with Connor Kay hot on his heel. Then he did number 81, James Atkinson, the bright yellow machine. Then he more side by side for Connor Kay, trying to get the inside line up towards Park. I'll have to wait to see which red car is going to come out in the lead when they return to my side coming through. Have to wait to know which one is which. It's Connor Kay, I believe, that has gone back up into the lead. Yes, it is. So the white flash on Hugh Simpson's car giving him away. He's beaten back down the second. So the rest of the field just filtering the way down through Mansfield and back towards Kieran. Yeah, keeping an eye on that battle. As well as that, the 108, looking at the rearview mirror soon, that's the silver Austin Healey Sprite of Mark Turner. That's bright green Austin Healey Sprite, looking like a lime green of Ian Hewlett. He's putting that mirror, so there'll be no getting away from that from Turner. Something was making a horrid noise. I think it was James Atkinson's car was making number 1 of Hugh Simpson. Good 5-car battle in the next couple of laps, depending on the lap time. Yeah, in fact, the 108 of Mark Turner took out 0.4 of a second to the number 11 ahead. That's Bergen and Foe. So that gap between them is 1.7 seconds. But again, that's the case of Mark Turner. Waiting on the car ahead. Still will have that lime green in Hewlett car right behind him as well. That's a difficult car to get out of your peripheral vision, especially in the middle. Jonathan Taylor under pressure from Chris Pitcock going up towards Park. Then from Jack Robinson from 4th place on the grid, he's gone out to lead. That he does. Yes, still Robinson. Oh, big slide there from Collinsville past towards Park. We'll have to see how that was done. Lots of side by side, as you would imagine. But for that long, that was very, very impressive. Seventh overall last time around, but now the big cat's roaring past me. Again, they have kind of established their running order roughly. I see Charles Jackson having a look at Colin Porter as the Auto Reserve Jaguar gets alongside of him, trying to get alongside coming up into Park. I'll have to see when they come through this turn how that one is resolved. It's still Robinson from Phil Pott. Now, no, it's still Simon Lewis. Sorry, no, Simon Lewis is in fourth. So it's still Guy Connew holding on to third. Simon Lewis, the 44 ahead of the two so far. And oh yes, I think that we mean the Bart Bennett in the dog area is pulled over to the left, indicating to the left. Letting everybody through, going very, very slowly. On the 45, I think it's Better Barbara now, Charlie. Rally crossing going on there. I think it's Ferguson in the C31. Yes, he was. He was the Jaguar X300 doing a bit of rally crossing up at Gooseneck. Not the ideal line, but looks a more fun line. But your battle for Guy Connew for third place there overall. That's third place. Is Guy Connew and Simon Lewis. Class 5. Both 5.3 litres actually. I thought the one was slightly the other side to the other. Oh, there's a Rick Walker in return. He's being chased by Michael Atkinson. Lots of groups of back to go on. They're not disappointing once again. And yeah, those two Jaguar both 5.3 litres, both absolutely monsters. The E-Class was of the modified category, and they are just not even a car with the money. Ronald Ferguson has a giant Spooner in company as well, right behind them. So that Spoon still leading that quartet with Walker, Netball, and also Michael Atkinson at the back of the group. And then number 1 Ringer that leads the group with number 18 Damien Gray, and also the little one walking the car. So that the boy Colin Porter has been now very clear of Ronald Ferguson, so those two have got Jackson in the 34, the sponsors, also reserve guard, when they see the move, and what will they do it, these big cats, in the defensive masterclass of his life, to keep Simon Lewis behind. Fantastic to watch, he's working very, very hard. Guy Connew has been scratching down to 7th. Also rated historic time 1.2 down, so what's great is that as yet was a lot of smoke coming out on the back of the Green XDS and William George. Keep an eye on that one, the 1.7 down. Actually being challenged by William George in the 107, and there is Colin Porter. So there's been an incident with those two. Well, not really independent of each other, but Colin Porter and John Jackson have definitely lost out there.